All right, we are live. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is MundaneMatt, or well, Matt Show. Today is the 13th. How's it the 13th of August already? God damn, it's the 13th of August. Almost middle way through the month. Where is the time going? Where, I ask you? Where? I don't know where. It's just happening. Oh my god. It's 1 a.m. I know it's 1 a.m. I know you East Coasters. I appreciate you being here. Yeah. A little bit upset that I run so late. I had to watch last week tonight with John Oliver. Had to watch it. Had to see what's going on. It was all about North Korea. Good episode. I recommend you guys check that out. No, Jake Homer, I will not suck you off. I understand that you want me to, but that's not going to happen. So, oh wow, it's August 13th, 1961, the Berlin Wall was built. That's cool. How many years ago was that? That was over 50, over 50 years ago, as Eddie Izzard would say. Let me see one thing. All right. I had to restart my computer, so basically, screwing myself there. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let me just make sure that stuff's going out. I don't think it actually pimps this particular stream out right away. So I need to probably, well, I won't put it on Facebook. Well, people on Facebook even watch. It's the biggest problem with like Facebook is I don't know if people on Facebook actually watch a lot of the videos. I've got almost 6,000 followers on there, but we'll definitely, all right. I'm just going to tweet them real quick. Come on in for the fun. Okay. Except I did not include a link because I am an idiot. So that's 1 second. Give me the opportunity to finish this. Oh, wow. Let's see here. So, yeah. Today's been pretty crazy. This whole weekend's been crazy, right? This whole weekend, things happening with some stuff, some people doing some stuff in Charlottesville. Oh my god. Let me just all right. You know what? Hold on. Let me find the actual freaking link. Is there? Okay, hold on. I'm going to share. No? Okay, so it doesn't actually give me a video ID until after. That's fine. Okay. There we go. Now that's up. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. And people, okay. So I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Twitter. I'm sure a few of you do. But on Twitter today, I did post a thing from the Daily Stormer where they called the girl who died in yesterday's attack. They called her like a 32-year-old fat slut or whatever. I mean, it was bad. Like they ran with that in a really, really bad way. It's pretty bad. And thankfully, they've actually gotten a little bit of a slap on the wrist with that one. GoDaddy, which was their provider, said they violated the terms of service and therefore they have been poof gone. Let's see here. Is another civil war coming? People keep talking about another civil war coming. I want to 100% stress against that. Those talks are not going to go over well. And the reason why I say that is because if those talks, the people you want to win are not going to win. Because, Antifa might be able to makeshift the fuck out of a weapon, but going up against the 9mm or whatever, or 45 or an assault rifle that may or may not have been modified to go fully automatic because them fuckers can do it, people are going to lose. They are going to lose hardcore, and that's not going to be good for anybody involved. Has Trump denounced white supremacy? He has not. And I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to. And the reason why he's not going to because he's smart. To be honest with you, he's smart. I think he should, but he won't, and it's a smart play. For one, it keeps people talking, and he can save that for a card down the road, right? He can save that for a card down the road if and or when the alt-right or the Unite the Right people get crazier. And he'll be able to then, when it gets to this fever pitch, pull it. It's a trump card that he's saving. Legitimately, it's a trump card that he's saving. So it's smart. I would have already done it a long time ago. Look how long it took him to denounce David Duke. And then David Duke is out there at Charlottesville. And, some of this shit I didn't even fucking see. So, David Duke's out there like, we're out here because, Trump is going to represent us and shit. And it's like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Civil War II, whoever wins, we lose. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty fucking much here. Civil War 2.0, man. It's like, but the thing is though, the people who are going to be fighting are people who train for this kind of shit. You pull in the militias, man, fuck, dude, because the militias would rally to the cause of the alt-right or the supremacists or the neo-Nazis or the neo-Confederates or whatever. They would definitely do that. They would rally to their cause, and they would be very much on board to help kind of stifle some insurrection in order to claim their land, that type of shit. Curly Q, $5, and you're saying, take my money. Well, Curly Q, I will. And thank you. I appreciate that. So, are things going to get any better, or people just find something else to complain about? Gina. People are always going to find something to complain about. This is the internet. More importantly, you guys are on the MundaneMatt Show right now. When don't I find things to complain about? I feel like that's most of my videos these days. Which is one of the reasons why, like, I don't know if you guys saw my video this morning about the whole apocalypse thing. It's getting bad. Like, there's been, like, I've seen 2 ads on videos today. It's just nuts, man. It's so bad. So Civil War II would not be North versus South. No, it wouldn't be North versus South, but it would definitely be outliers versus everybody else. And thus, unless the National Guard. And the thing is, like, the National Guard could easily come in and stomp these fuckers out. But there would be severe casualties in that front. You know what I mean? Like, severe casualties. Just to give you guys an example of what could be happening. Look at the Appalachian Mountains. Look at their weed trade. All right. Like, those people there, they're so entrenched in them hills that, DEA loses officers every single year as a result of going in there to try to fight back this kind of shit. So it's like that. The people that they be going against are crafty. They're crafty, they're well armed, and they're willing to fight to protect what they believe is theirs. And that's going to be the big part of this. Color Me Triggered, $5. There's something for your good work. Thank you very much, Color Me Triggered. I do appreciate that. I really do not want there to be a civil war. I don't want there to be conflict. I don't agree with anything that went down over the course of the weekend. I got into a fight with people online because I wasn't, like, outright denouncing them all as Nazis. Because I'm like, look, unless these people are out there, like, there are people out there who probably were legitimately wannabe Nazis. But to me, it's a term that has a meaning. It has a history. If there are people out there that were sitting there saying, like, we want purity through eugenics, the white Aryan race, then I'm like, yeah, those guys are fucking Nazis. But I saw people up there that were like white nationalists and who just want a white ethno state. And I'm like, oh, they're idiots. Okay. Like, don't equate idiots to Nazis. Nazis, like, that's a thing. We know what they've done. These are dudes that are just bitching online, and they're going together and they're rallying a little bit, and they're holding fucking tiki torches that they got from Walmart for $2 a pop. That's about it. It's unfortunate. And I don't agree with any of it, but that's just the world we fucking live in. The Civil War is the last thing we need right now. Absolutely. If we had a civil war, where would the defense budget go? That's just my question. Because there's no money in a civil war, by the way. There's no money in a civil war here in America. There's not. No one would profit. So it's like, there's that. Yeah, no one is going anywhere, Gina. Exactly. No one's going to go anywhere. No one's going to, it's all bitching online. The guy who, I can't even really say that. To be fair, the girl who was killed yesterday, the 32-year-old Heather Heyer, she was the victim of a white supremacist. And we can. I thought about doing a video. It won't be monetized anyway, but fucking, quite frankly, nothing is anymore. About like who fucking James Alex Fields is. And here's the thing. You even notice that we're already calling him by his full name, James Alex Fields, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Jared Lee Lautner, Lee Harvey Oswald, you know, John Wilkes Booth. I mean, we're already calling this dude by his full fucking name, which to me just simply says this is, you know, clearly already trying to establish it as being a terrorist act. And I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, like, you know, you can see how fast the media works. Marky here says, Antifa training with the PKK, communist Kurdish, alt-right has weapons and combat experience. Some are vets. I fear dramatic escalation of force. Antifa, unless they have the same amount of firepower, I don't know if a small guerrilla army would be able to mount a solid attack or defense against the alt-right weapon, you know, and those guys. I don't think so. I think there would definitely be casualties on both sides, but ultimately the alt-right would be victorious. You know, Antifa would be good for nighttime and you know, incursions into their territory. They would definitely be able to wield like Molotov cocktails and homemade explosives and bricks, lots of bricks. They like bricks, but ultimately I don't think they'd be able to pull as much as we want. Also, Gina here saying that, what did she say here? Hold on. Fucking Baked Alaska with the "we must protect our white children." Baked Alaska's an idiot. He's a moron. He's a piece of shit. There was a guy who was doxing people who were there, which I disagreed with. And then Baked Alaska retweeted that guy's dox, which I also disagree with, you know. So, things like that. Nick, I'm not going to say the N-word unless it's in context. So there has to be a context. So there we go on that one. Drea Estes says, Paul's ego would say, bring on the nukes. Well, to quote Nelson Muntz from The Simpsons, when asked why nuke the whales, his response was, gotta nuke something. To which case response back was, touche. And that's not an uncommon thing. That's not an uncommon thing. Yes, Nick, I've actually fired a rifle. I fired many rifles. I just haven't fired any handguns. That's my thing. Oh, Jack, no, hey, man, thanks a lot. I saw your comment there, dude. It's all good. I'm trying to figure it all out right now. So we'll talk more about that later. Yeah, context is God, damn straight. Here's a quote. Someone on the internet said, yeah, I don't really feel the need to say it. So should we nuke North Korea? Void, that would be the preemptive strike I'm afraid of. But here's the sad truth of it, and I'm being bluntly realistic. It's either that or mustard gas. It's either that or a chemical weapons attack on Pyongyang to take out the entire upper echelon of leadership within the country. Use our spy satellites to identify where the entire chain of command is, and then take them out. One hit. Yes, it would leave a power vacuum, but if the head of the snake is cut off, and so are like the next couple heads of snakes cut off, then the military there, which is already in like dire straits as it is, what we see on TV, the propaganda shown to us, is such a small look at the actual physical state of the North Korean troops. They're starving. They are weak. You know what I mean? They're there for show, but they don't have the ability to fight. You know, Americans, the 25,000 American troops in Seoul could easily storm over the border and take it within probably a day or two. If the head of the snake are cut off and they know exactly where everything is at. But in the meantime, it would probably never happen like that. You know, it would never happen. But I don't want anyone to die. I don't want it to happen. But if you want to take out North Korea, your best course of action is to eliminate the threat. And the threat is probably the entire city. So should T be dropped from LGBT? No, I think it's fine, but it should just stay at LGBT. This LBGTQA apostrophe I is ridiculous. I'm I'm just a guy. Hey man, it's all good. I'm glad you came into the stream and chit chatted. That was good. Thank you very much. Which one were you in the Discord stream? So how will the National Guard react once guns enter the fray? I don't know, and I don't want to know, but that is the next evolutionary step. When you have James Alex Fields running into that crowd as he did, and it was a personal attack as it was, you are going to put the left on edge, and the left is then going to arm themselves as much as the right is going to arm themselves. They're going to exercise the same amount of rights. And then you're going to get to these more situations where even today in Seattle there was a solidarity march that the fucking cops came out and had to like throw tear gas and smoke grenades and shit in Seattle, a solidarity march. You know, and it broke out of control. People, their tempers are flaring. They're upset. You know, they want to fight. And this is what's going to happen. And it's unfortunate that this is where we are. Woke Centrist, thank you so much, man. I got my cat back. I don't know if you guys know if I talked about this last week. I don't know if I did stream last week or not. My cat went missing. She got out. I got her back last night. She is home safe, so that's good. If you can dodge a dodge, and you can dodge a ball. Oh, Jim Stacy, too soon. And then someone told me today that there's like, you know, there was a theory going around about Dodge promoting the roadkill event or the roadkill challenge for the Challenger or some shit like that. And I'm just like, oh, that's bad. West Coast protests are insane. I know I'm going to go to the one in Seattle next week for the Google March, for marching against Google. That should be relatively peaceful. I can't see how like Antifa might show up for that, but I'll go there. I'll go check it out. Curly Q says Gandhi would be proud. Sure. But I now just envision Gandhi as Ben Kingsley, you know. That's how I see him now. Why won't the government recognize there's a problem? Are we talking about with like the white nationalists or what? So that crowd did not see him coming. Ha ha ha. But yeah. God Satan, you got to wake up in an hour. Then you should be asleep, man. What you doing here? Oh, that's fucked up. Vohal Viva. Dodge is a damn fine car. Ran over my wife with a Dodge. If the U.S. attacked / invaded Pyongyang, would China retaliate against us? No, not if we had established trade deals with China for whatever deals that they had. And also, I mean, granted, China may not like the fact that we would have an American-friendly, you know, Korea that would have troops that would be right there on China's border. But at the same time, we're allies with China. We have no reason at this point to necessarily get into a conflict with them. But at the same time, they could be helping out North Korea in order to make sure that shit don't happen. Breitbart and their comments about censoring right-wing YouTubers. It's happening. There are a lot of right-wing YouTubers that are being censored. I mean, look at Razor Fist. You know, he comes at it from a conservative slant and everything else, and his videos are being demonetized left and right. I mean, before he even uploads them. I'm a centrist that does criticize the left. I'm not conservative, but I do criticize the left, and no ads are running on the video, period. So there's that. Let's see here. So is the commentary / skeptic community going to turn their guns from SJWs to the alt-right? Well, Nathan, those discussions have already been happening. It's a different beast. It requires a lot more. I mean, there's similar tactics being used by both the SJWs and the alt-right. What sucks, though, about the incident in Charlottesville is that the media coverage of everything will basically lead to them being able to recruit. Very similar to how the feminists were able to propagandize Gamergate in order to bring about the movement of woke male feminist allies, turning their Twitter bios into virtue signaling, badges of honor and shit, right? Like, everyone is able to propagandize these situations in order to recruit for their side. And Tifa will use the death of Heather Heyer as a way to recruit for that. And then you've got people on the right that will use that as a way, they'll try to distance themselves from James Alex Fields, claims that he was a rogue extremist and not representative of their ideals, and then use that as a way to recruit more people. Am I woke? I am awake. Don't quite know if I'm woke. Give me like a line of cocaine and we'll talk. So, you're at the protest in Seville. It was a huge shit show. Yeah, it looked like a huge shit show. I should check out Mouthy Buddha. I've seen Mouthy Buddha. I like Mouthy Buddha. Do I think Trump will fire Steve Bannon? I don't I don't know. I literally have no idea. So, is Google in its final days? No. God, no. It's too huge. Your fear is that race realists could use cold facts compared to the SJW feels. It depends on how they formulate their argument. You know, I mean, if the argument's okay, Riley Dennis is easy to take down because Riley Dennis pulls her facts out of her butt. All right. Whereas the race realists are pulling from studies, and arguing facts with facts is ultimately going to appeal down to emotion. And the emotion is what people are going to basically try to be banking on in order to get people to come to their side or another. It's going to be not just facts, but also empathy and understanding and humanism. And that's going to be a problem. Red pilled equal woke. We all know about your crimson prescription. Hey man, I'm the most red pilled motherfucker on the internet, and y'all need to turn off that pesky ad block. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, seeing Riley on the sidewalk, Gina, and I said hi. She wasn't expecting that. It was pretty funny. I was like, oh, hey, Riley, what's going on? Like, oh, fuck who you are. I'll make fun of you to your face. You know, you have really bad arguments, and you look like my younger brother. Heard something on the government suing Google for, I know like in the UK, they were just fined 2.3 billion. And Google's going to get hit. I mean, I don't know. It's entirely possible that Google, to avoid a lawsuit, class action from YouTubers, might bring back advertisements in a way or open it up. You know, and I really feel like they should just open it up to advertisers saying like, look, man, you know, fucking, you want eyeballs on your product. There are eyeballs on these. This is everything. I appreciate turning off that ad block, woke centrist. What do I think of Tim Pool? I met Tim Pool at VidCon. Very cool guy. I like Tim Pool quite a bit. So that's categorically, without exception, wrong. Dr. Layman is the most red-pilled. Whatever, dude. Dr. Layman would be happier in a field with his rapier. All right. So, do you take rape allegations seriously even when the person claims rape did not have any evidence? It's got to go before a court of law, man. It's got to go before a judge. That's the only way, you know. But the way that Title IX works in colleges is just, it's against the accused. I mean, fuck, dude, so much. What's going on, Hippo Stabber? How are you? Hey, the Red Wolves is going on. No, I'm not even kidding you, man. Riley Dennis looks like my younger brother. Like, I'm not even kidding you. You know, it's just maybe I'm the only one that sees it. I think it's really funny. Like, my brother could probably join up on YouTube and then like do a Riley Dennis knockoff, and no one would know the difference outside of the voice. Gina, you don't understand the pills? Oh, that's such a blue pill thing to say. You got to take the red pill and then you are up on all the pills. But the purple pills, that's a D12 song, and that's amazing. So you got to hold off on that one. Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness? Oh, man, I'm a straight up Army of Darkness fan. I love Evil Dead 2, but Army of Darkness is my favorite. James, I don't really smoke the devil's lettuce. I might vape the devil's lettuce or eat it in a cookie, but that's about it. So, how much do we need to donate each night to keep the streams floating? It would have to be probably at least $60 to $75 a night. If YouTube's taking their cut of 30%. And honestly, it's like this, the super chats are nice, but if you guys really want to help out, Patreon is a sustained thing. They take less of a percentage, and then also PayPal takes less of a percentage. Fucking YouTube takes 30% for super chat. Like, I'm probably gonna get a goddamn Streamlabs thing going on this motherfucker just because of that. You know, it's insane, and it's like, it's just, you know, I mean, granted, when it comes to advertisements, YouTube takes, I think, 55%. So it's like we're left with whatever's there. So not only do they get 55% of the ads, they take 30% of the super chat, which is just insane. If I read this, take off your glasses and senpai notices, and then we mind the glasses are off. I need to get LASIK or something. So it's you want to debate Tariq Nasheed? You want to see a debate of Tariq Nasheed versus David Duke? That'd be funny. I'd take that in a heartbeat. Daniel T, the Amazon affiliate ads, those are all different. Those are all based on the fee schedule. So it's like, let's say, for example, somebody gets a video game. Video games are 1%. So a $60 game would be 60 cents. But if you get a digital video game, it's 10%, right? Movies are like 250 to 2.5%. So it's like, the thing is, they know that people will shill like a lot of electronics and whatnot, and everything. And when they show those electronics, then it becomes this big problem. Let's see here. Drea Estes says, why do I have 10 friends trying to convert me to paganism? When did this religion become this popular? It's weird, and they aren't taking no for an answer. Paganism has always been popular. Paganism, I believe, predates a lot of modern religion for the most part. I mean, come on, we take our holiday of Christmas off of an ancient pagan holiday. I believe Halloween is also the same exact thing. I mean, modern society has I guess you could say, appropriated certain paganistic rituals and converted them, bastardized them, if you will, into what they are now. And so, you know, and pagans are as pushy as anybody else. You know, like, I had a chick one time. I was talking to her on some like phone chat line, like way back in the day, and she lived like way out in like the middle of nowhere, and she was trying to talk me into driving out to the middle of nowhere. I'm talking like down by the California-Arizona border. And then she was like, I'm a pagan witch. I can cast spells. And I'm all like, all right, cast me a spell. And she's like, what do you want? And I'm all like, I don't know, I want more money. I was like 19 at the time or some shit, you know. And she's like, well, if I give you that, will you come out and see me or something? And I'm all like, yeah, we'll see. And then I never got any money, so I never went to go see her. Clearly, paganism is horseshit because she lied. But then again, she also might have cursed me, and I wouldn't have known about it. So, crazy people in El Centro. Yeah, this was in Imperial Valley. This was, I believe she was in Brawley, which isn't too far away from El Centro. So Dr. Pepper, overrated. It is overrated. It's carbonated prune juice, man. Makes you poop good. Pagans are nicer than Christians. I will definitely give you that. I should have asked for 12 more inches. Why would I want to double the size of my penis? Huh? Oh my god. You really need some pussy. Any suggestions? Fucking Tinder, Grinder. I don't know what you're into. You could be into that rear pussy, so you want Grinder. So OJ Simp says Sticks Hexenhammer is a pagan, thus it's popular. Is that why he doesn't wear a t-shirt when he does his thing? He just sits there with like that Jordan Owen look. He's like a conservative version of Jordan Owen. Every time I watch a video of his and he's got no shirt on, I'm just like, dude, stop it. Put your put the jacket on, but have a shirt. Just put a white shirt on. Look like fucking Fonzie. I don't give a shit. But just, you know. Best website? Dude, I don't know. Probably 4chan. So, wrong answer. You go to Nevada and buy all the hoes. Sure. Yeah, it's legal outside of the city of Las Vegas. Have I beat Horizon? Yes, I beat Horizon yesterday morning. Good game. A little bit long in the tooth, but good game. Do I support open borders if they send us Japanese and Gosu cutie pies? No. No. Being anti-circumcision is anti-Semitic. That's pretty fucking funny. Hey man, I'm against snipping the tip. Look, kids in New York City, like baby boys, have died from getting a herpes contracted from a rabbi kissing the tip of their penis after a fucking circumcision. Okay, no. Best drunken TJ story. I've ever been drunk in TJ. I don't think I've been drunk in TJ. I've been to TJ with other people who were hammered. Okay, I'll tell you guys this one. So this is a bit of a quick one. So let me take you back. I don't know. It was sometime. I want to say like October, November 2000. Hollow Man had just come out at the time. I have no idea. I think that's a 2000 release. Anyway, I'm in Tijuana with my family, and we go to this club / bar thing. You know, it's for lunch. We go in there and order like a whole bunch of tacos and a couple buckets of beer. Because, you know, keep in mind, the drinking age in Mexico is 18. So me being 18 at the time allowed me to drink alcohol. And so I'm sitting there with my family and we're drinking beers and everything. I'm feeling pretty good, eating my tacos. And I'm like, I asked the waitress, I'm like, excuse me, where's your bathroom? And she's like, oh, it's through that door. And then there you go. And I'm like, oh, great. Hey, cool. It's like through the curtain, first door. I'm like, okay, great. So I go through the curtain, open the door, strip club. And I'm just like, did I walk through the wardrobe and into Narnia? What the fuck is the strip club doing here? And it's like a packed strip club at like 1 p.m. during the week, right? And I'm like, okay. So I shut the door and I walk back over to my mom, and I'm not kidding. I'm like, hey mom, you said you were gonna give me $20 to buy some stuff, and she's like, yeah. I'm like, can I get that $20 now? She's like, what for? I'm like, there's something I need to go check out. I need to go check some stuff out. And she's like, oh, okay. And she hands me the $20. I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. And I walked through the curtain again and found the way to the front of the strip club, where one girl, I remember her walking by. She had like a racing stripe pubes, but it was like really hanging. She had like a really low hanging thong. So it was just like the thong and then just like a total racing strip. And I'm walking by and she like straight grabs my crotch and she's like, see you in there. And I'm all like, you damn straight. So I go in and I sit down and watching the show, and it wasn't just your standard strip club, whatever. And waitress comes over and she's like, oh, you want a drink? And I'm all like, let me get a Coke. And she's like, all right, that'd be $3. I'm like, $3 for a Coke? Shit, it was like $1 for a Corona. Fuck me. All right, fine. So I hand her my 20. She gives me my change. I give her the money and stuff. And then a girl comes over, very, very fine looking girl. She comes over, sits down on my lap. She's all like, so you want the dance? And I'm all like, yeah, boy, I want to dance. And then, like she has a little like a little mama-san that like walks around with her and shit. And the lady's like, oh, that'll be $20. And I'm all like, $20? Shit, I only had $20 and I just gave $3 to get this Coca-Cola right here. I don't have enough for a lap dance. So she got up and she walked away. And then I realized I was just wasting my time in there. So then I got up and I walked out and I went and bought tequila. So there we go. I went to a bar with my family in Tijuana. Gina ended up walking through a door into a magical strip club. So there we go. So we have that. A great trip. I am going to go down and see the eclipse. I'm driving down somewhere in Oregon. My dad knows. I know Thunderfoot's in the area. I'm trying to see him while he's here. He was near my place last week, but I wasn't able to get over to where he was at. When you're broke at a strip club. The first time I ever went to a strip club, I lost track of the time. And the girl ended up giving me like 3 extra dances than I had like agreed to, because I just, how it is. You just lose track of time. It's kind of like when your dick gets hard, everything else just kind of fades away. And I was 18, and then she took pity on me and then said, don't worry about it. And I'm just like, okay. Kevin McLeod. Yes, I have heard about Trump's response and the walking away. Like I said, it's a smart move because he's holding on to that card until later. Burrow show, yay or nay? Definitely nay. People coming down to Bend to see the eclipse. Yeah, I think we're going down towards like Salem or something. So I've said favorite porn star. There's a lot of porn stars that I find to be very talented. They're quite gifted actresses who take their craft very seriously in the palm of their hand. Last time you were at a strip club, there was a girl walking around offering blowjobs. You don't think she worked there? Yeah, probably. Or she did and just didn't give a shit anymore, because that kind of stuff's happened too. So the apocalypse is a curse. Yeah, maybe we're all guilty and we need to be shunned. I did say Allison Tyler the other day. Yes, I also happen to like Mia Malkova quite a bit. So I should be on Howard Stern. I'd like to be on Howard Stern. It'd be a lot of fun. Any updates on the cat situation? Yeah, I got my cat home last night, actually. This is really funny. So, she actually so I tracked her. Well, my neighbor came over to me the other day who lives like a couple houses back. I should say a couple properties back, because it's like all woods and forest and shit. And he said, he told me that that he thinks he saw my cat in his little like sunroom that he's remodeling. And so I went down there, and then that night she had actually come up to the back door in the house and looked inside the screen, and my girlfriend saw her. So I stayed up late trying to get her, couldn't get her. Last night it was pouring down rain and everything, and so we put out food and water and everything else for her, and then ended up waiting, and she ate the food, and then I ended up basically just kind of like laying some food out by the front door, because she likes to kind of hang out by the front of the house. And then she just came in. She just walked in. It was pretty funny. Later on, Gina, thanks for coming in. And Defenders hyped, yay or nay. I've seen the first episode. I saw it at Comic-Con. That new trailer today was tight. So, why do you keep hearing footsteps in your house when no one's there? Ghosts. Or you have an old lady sleeping in your attic. Either or. How long until we go full circle and people are taking creationism seriously again? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. People just, whatever. Okay. OJ Sim says, serious question here, MundaneMatt. It's MundaneMatt, but your money, so you say what you want. I'm going to university in 2 weeks. First time out of my home. My roommate is definitely a gay. What do I do to say no butt sex in my room? I'm not seeing like I'm anti-gay. You may not be. It's his room. Just ask him to ask him what his plans are for the anal intercourse. Just be like, do you plan on fucking in here? You could sit there and say you're religious or some shit, or like you're a prude. Say you're a prude, and it just makes you really uncomfortable. The smell of wet hot farts just and dried cum just does not do it for you, and makes you super not down for that. So I don't know, man. Other than that, I mean, it's just, I guess, have a legit conversation with them. Just say, like, be honest, really. Jokes aside, just be honest. Just say, hey, man, like, look, this isn't what I'm into. I'll tell you what, like, I won't fucking hear. You don't fucking hear. Let's keep this a fuck-free zone, right? Like, we're here to learn and get, go to university and get educated and shit. Let's treat this as a fuck-free zone, all right? But we can fuck elsewhere. How about that? This is a fuck-free zone. Rest of the campus, fuck zone. And just see what he says. But you ultimately may not be able to actually stop him from having sex in the room, because he is technically paying for half of it just like you are, and he is entitled to his own set of privacy and his own set of, whatever. So you may just have to get used to maybe a sock on the door, But just if you want to be a bro, just keep dental dams on handy. You never know when you're gonna need them. So I'm setting this guy up for a Title IX. Yeah, I did hear that hackers leaked Curb Your Enthusiasm episodes. That's pretty funny. HBO offered him like $200,000 or something, $250,000 to like not do it, and they still did it. Nothing is a fuck-free zone, pretty much. I don't know, dental dams. I know that chicks carry dental dams, but some people like analingus. I don't know. I mean, well, dudes have penises, so there's that. I might have just got that whole thing just confused. For some reason, I don't know. I know nothing about if gay guys are into analingus. Are there gay people in the room that can tell us if anyone is into analingus? Who's in the anal stuff? So, why do my streams always take on like the weirdest fucking turns? They always just take on like the weirdest turns. That's like all they do. So, oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me start taking a look here to... Okay. Oh, there's... Oh, someone sent me a picture of an ad on the video about the blacklisting, and it was like, is the Trump-Russia connection fake news? Great. Tongue condoms. Okay. How do you do it? How do you manage to go each day and not get depressed by the horrible shit happening? You know what, man? Like, I play lots of video games and shit, and like, I find things. I mean, like, I honestly, the honest to God, like doing $3 theater, I really like because I just get to geek out on crap, and that just keeps me in a good mood, and everything else. So that's that. You know, I mean, like, that's just the way it is. What's our thoughts on the new Wreck-It Ralph teaser? Like the one from D23 that was like that little showed Penelope and Ralph in a tube. That was the only thing I've seen so far. If there's a new teaser, I want to see it. It gets weird because you got it weird. Shut the fuck up, Chaos Sonic 1. This is my stream. If it goes weird, it's because it's meant to be. Let's see. Thoughts on the removal of Confederate statues versus ISIS destroying ancient architecture. I actually disagree on both accounts. The statues were put in place for a reason. The statues were put in place post the Civil War. And people in those communities who grew up around them, and there's history there, they want to maintain that. Same with the sculptures in Iraq and Syria. There's history there. History is not meant to be destroyed. Now, granted, in the case of the statues being taken down, they are being moved to another location. That is true. ISIS destroying centuries-old material is just horrifically wrong. I mean, I'm not like an archaeologist or a historian buff or nothing like that, but even I am like, you know, fuck, dude, the last thing we need, at least in terms of ISIS, is like another library of Alexandria burning to the ground. You know, how much vast knowledge did we lose in that moment in time? You know, and it's granted in this day and age, it's all digital, it can be recreated, but there's the physical sense of it existing. To know that that is lost to the dust in the wind is just, it's sad. It's very sad. Your father left. Can I be your dad? No. Sorry. So in East Germany, most of the Marx and Lenin statues are removed after 89. I can understand that. Germany, I think Germany was a little bit of a different scenario. That's a different scenario than the Russians having a solid portion of Berlin in that wall. ISIS destroyed many things. So there's all that. There's a lot of stuff there. The statues were again, it's kind of like after Dylan Roof, you know, tragically shot up that church. And killed 9 people in South Carolina. There was that big debate afterward about the Confederate flag, and everyone was just like, you know, screaming, "Take it down, remove it!" And then Amazon and Walmart and other outlets stopped selling the Confederate flag. To which case, I posed the question: why was this allowed yesterday but not today? And that is a valid question. Something that a lot of people out there are failing to understand is that this is what needs to be done. Is that these are, you know, these are parts of history that, you know, that are being looked at differently. And it's not that I agree with the history. It's not that I agree with their mindset. Not that I agree with anything that they've done, but it's there. We should preserve it when it happens, regardless of the context, in order to further understand it and not make the same mistakes. Removing those statues, especially in this time when people are talking about trying to take down Stone fucking Mountain, shows you the regressive leftist ideology of destruction, not trying to preserve history, to learn from it, to advance from it. To not make the same mistake. They'd rather tuck it all away and just act like it never happened, all while claiming it still happened. It's just a weird scenario. It should serve as a reminder of the paths not to go down again. But that's how I see it, and other people could see it differently, and that's fine. So there is, look, the Civil War is not something I ever want to go back to in terms of it happening again. But we also need to look at the you know, not only the economic reasons, the social reasons, the socioeconomic reasons of why it happened in the first place. What's the most fucked up thing I've ever gotten? I've gotten food poisoning from In-N-Out Burger, which is one of the reasons why I no longer go to In-N-Out Burger. So, thoughts on Joy Sparkle BS. What disease has she collected this year or this week? To Joy Sparkle BS, diseases and phobias and problems are like Pokemon. She's gotta catch them all. If she doesn't catch them all, then she's, I don't know, not doing her job correctly. Joy Sparkle is just, you know, a person that is going to continuously push the woe is me agenda until she, I don't know, she wants the attention. In-N-Out, I'm not saying In-N-Out's bad. I'm saying I've gotten food poisoning from In-N-Out. That's all I'm saying. Thoughts on Paul Joseph Watson leaving YouTube? Sanity reigns supreme. So, hey, what's going on, Ryan187? Midnight Surge. What's going on, Esker Rockham? How are you, man? Fucking, all right. Probably should look into doing some stories tonight. I've been on for 45 minutes. Fibro does sound horrible, but I don't know if she really has it. I don't think she has it. And she's like, I haven't gone to the doctor of it or whatever. Go to the doctor and shit. So. Yeah, Godless Monk. Wait, hold on. How the fuck aren't you a moderator yet? All right. Those are good burgers. No, the In-N-Out's got good food. I just don't go there. Chelsea, you're not wrong. Moving the statues, moving to a museum is not, it does preserve some context. I'm not going to disagree with that. But I feel the hysteria about taking those statues down got a bit out of control. What do I think about the Red Pill movie and how I'm assuming you mean feminists want to take it off theaters? For one, the documentary was quite good. I think it's very well done. Cassie J did a very good job. And I think people who want to hide it are trying to stifle from a difference of opinion. They don't want to look at anything that might change their mind instead of willfully trying to change their mind or challenge their beliefs all the time. I'm not saying we do it all the time. Many of us don't. I don't do that all the time. But there's times where I do. And I feel good about when I do and I can be challenged on something because it makes me either fight harder to convince myself of its legitimacy, or I can change my mind and I can have my mind changed and see something from a different perspective. And it's something I want to do more of. So there's that. Do they run ads on videos for porn sites? They do. They do. They really do. There's an ad for like KY jelly and Pornhub. I mean, I don't know this firsthand or nothing. You know, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about that. Burger King or McDonald's? Definitely Mickey D's. I mean, come on, dude. I'm drinking an iced tea from McDonald's right now. Ryan, you just launched a new live channel. You need contributors. I'm down to come on to some shows to talk. So, when am I going to do a face reveal? Oh God, one of these days when I just get this prosthetic off. So, pancakes or waffles? Straight up fucking waffles, dog. Waffles with like some strawberry yogurt is some good shit. So there's that. Let me go and bring this crap up. Mickey D's or Burgerville? Dude, straight up, I like Burgerville and shit, but goddamn Burgerville. It's too expensive for what you get. It really is. Burgerville is too expensive for what you get. Now their shakes are good. I'll say that. So, all right, let me just go into studio mode here. Okay. All right, so we're going to go into the first story because I should have probably already gotten to that by now. This is one that I've been wanting to talk about for a couple days. I just haven't done yet. Talking about the good old Young Turks, motherfucker. Accelerator says, shut up and take my money. Just kidding, don't shut up. Well, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciated that. What did I think about the 2005 film The Island? Michael Bay's best movie in the 2000s. Hands down. I loved The Island. It was really well done. Apparently Baked Alaska was permanently blinded in an acid attack. He was maced in the face. So no, Ryan, I know I've been on Midnight's Edge After Dark. So, it's not secular talk, Carlos. Yeah, no conflict of interest. I know. We're going to talk about this. All right. Hit record, get myself some actual water and not tea. So I have a palate. Whoa, what the hell? Okay. That's fucking crazy. All of a sudden, it's like my it tells me, we're gonna, hold on a second. I'm actually, this is, hold on. Output. That should be fine. For some reason, it was trying to tell me that my encoder was overloaded on here. So I was dropping like lots of frames and shit. Now, am I still dropping lots of frames? What the fuck? I'm having some technical issues right now, more so than usual. Let me see here. It might be a little bit choppy during the stream if I have to record. Let me just double check. Hit record. Get myself some actual water and not tea, so I have a palate. Oh yeah, no, this is wow. Okay, this is weird. Usually I'm able to record, but it's straight up. Hold on a sec. I don't know what the hell's going on here. My settings haven't changed, and for some reason, it's being all weird. Let's see. Yeah, wow, that's crazy, man. Because usually, like this is fucking weird. Because it's throwing everything off. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, hold on here. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Is the stream doing okay? No, the video output went to shit. I don't know what happened. Like my settings got all fucked up, and as a result, it went. CPU is fine. The kilobits per second have gone to shit. Yeah, it's weird. That's so weird. It was working just fine, and then it all of a sudden, it's just having trouble. It's still showing me like tons and tons and tons of draw frames, and won't the. All right, stopping that. Let's see. So turn down video settings or. It's just, I was offline for a few seconds. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, now it says stream health is fine. Yeah, that's so weird. What's fucking it up? I have no idea what's fucking it up. I don't know. And I can't do anything while I'm streaming, so I either have to stop streaming and change it. So I don't know. That's super crazy. I switched to an analog modem. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's the no, I don't have the porn on. Nothing's on. It wigged out. It's like it's wigging out on me right now. Let me stop the stream for like a couple minutes, figure it out. I'll boot it back up and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna stop streaming and then I'll come back in a minute or two. I just can't tweak the settings while it's on. So give me hold. Okay, so we're gonna try this and see if there's a thing. So I have no idea what the hell's going on. That's some shit. All right, showing my kilobits per second are pretty good. CPU is pretty fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's just so weird. So yeah, okay. If it fucks up again, I don't know what to do. That is that's very odd. Let's see. bring it back up. Let me bring it back up here. See if it's working. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I want the shit. Okay. Okay, real quick. Drea says, sorry I missed your super chat. I have not played season 1 of the Telltale Batman game. I need to, though. Alright. Okay. Yeah, wow, that was so weird. Alright, so let's try this again. We will try this again and see if it's if it does it. Hopefully it won't. Start recording here. And seems to be holding. Seems to be holding okay. All right. So, bring up the chat over here. Okay. It's buzzing and popping all over the place, so that's got to be on your side. Chank 2020. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Alright. This is Young Turk starter pack. Yeah, we're talking about Chank 2020 here. Okay. So, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, right? It's time for the snappening. All right, let's do that one more time. Good measure. Okay, you guys ready for this? You guys ready? It's been a while since I've done this. Okay. I should not read the chat. I have the chat up right there. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. This is going to distract me. And yes, if you're stuck on the same mission of justice for 2 hours, move on to something else. You'll be happier in the long run. Okay. Let me just readjust here. Make sure it looks all good. It's good. All right. Snaps for traps. Snaps for traps. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the MundaneMatt channel, and oh my god. All right, this is... Wait, hold on. I want to start that one over again. I want to start that one over again. I guess I don't know if you guys saw the video I did earlier today of the root thing with the root. I did like a little introduction, like a little kind of a cold open, and then I did the intro and go from there. I want to try that and see if that has any impact. So I got to think of some stuff for that. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the MundaneMatt channel, and my God, the Young Turks will never, ever go away, will they? They're just never going to go away. Now, if you follow the YouTube commentator community, the online independent news media that there is on this platform, you know of the Young Turks. You know of Cenk Uygur, the Great Brown Buffalo, and all of the nonsense that generally tends to stem from the organization that denies, at least until recently, that the Armenian genocide ever took place, even though they named their organization after the group that committed said atrocity. But here we are, looking at an article where they're going to raise 20 million from Jeffrey Katzenberger's Winder Co., Greycroft, 3L Capital, and more. So basically, the Young Turks got a massive influx of $20 million to expand their organizations. This, my friends, is pretty damn sad, because the Young Turks are not about actual news at this point. They're about activism, and they're masquerading as journalists, and you cannot do that. That is unethical. But of course, Cenk doesn't care, because now he's got $20 million to do with as he pleases. So it says here that the parent company of Progressive Digital News Network, the Young Turks, co-founded by online host and political activist Cenk Uygur, has closed a $20 million funding round. Political activists, right? Notice how it says the Digital News Network, but it doesn't say that Cenk himself is a journalist, that Cenk himself is a news anchor, but that he's an online host. I would like to argue that I believe I have more ethical credibility than Cenk Uygur of the freaking Young Turks. Going on to say that while the TYT network currently counts 70 staffers and 30 freelancers, Uygur told the Wall Street Journal that new funds will serve to double the size of the company's newsroom and business operations to roughly 200 total staffers. In addition to hiring more journalists, TYT is seeking to build out its ad sales team to bolster paid subscription options. New funds will also be allocated to expanding marketing initiatives and strengthening community engagement. Basically, what this tells me is they're looking for ways to further finance their agenda. They're looking for ways to further finance probably the Justice Democrats, because that is the side of it that they're working on in terms of pushing their political agenda. Now, here's the thing. Full disclosure, the Justice Democrats are kind of like Bernie-crats. And as a person who supported Bernie Sanders, they're kind of more aligned with me in terms of political views and everything. So just letting you guys know about that one. But the thing is you cannot be a newsman and an activist and use your company as a kind of a funding area for that. You cannot use it as you can't campaign there. It just drives me up the wall. So it says here that the round was led by investment firm 3L Capital with participation from Gravesoft Partners, EE Ventures, and Jeffrey Katzenberg's recently launched Winder Co. holding company. Katzenberg also, I believe, either founded or co-founded DreamWorks, to give you just an idea. So if you want to know, like, just in terms of, like, the political mindset of this person, extremely left-wing. So you can very much see what political ideologues are backing TYT, which makes sense because they're like, we're the progressive network, even though we're actually not progressive at all, but really just like a wing of the left-wing party, which is seeking to develop television-like content for mobile consumption. And again, mobile consumption is a key thing to look at here. As part of the deal, 3L's co-founder and managing partner Steve Cholo will join TYT's board, or Sean Cholo. And maybe Sean will bring a little bit of rationality, or at least, I don't know, like ethics to the board. Probably not. But the thing to remember here, though, is that the Young Turks, you know, they've got over 3 million subscribers. They pull in lots of views a day and everything else. And so they very much have a presence on YouTube. And just recently, Cenk was with Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, like having a conversation about YouTube and everything else. So they're protected. The Young Turks as an entity on YouTube is a protected class. Even though they've been called out for all the crap that they spew constantly. And they're probably happy as hell that the adpocalypse happened, because as you can tell, it hasn't impacted them. They have nothing to worry about. They continuously shill their nonsense and ideologies down the throats of unsuspecting viewers, and they've got $20 million in the bank. $20 million. It says the TYT's new valuation was not disclosed. The $20 million round represents TYT's first mainstream raise. Gee, I wonder why. Probably because they're so anti-Donald Trump, and right now that's a big factor in all of this, especially with the adpocalypse. In 2014, the millennial-leaning network signed... Millennial-leaning network? How do you have a millennial-leaning network that is led by Cenk freaking Uygur? Even Anna Kasparian is not considered a millennial, not to the extent of which they were probably hoping, even though when I saw her at VidCon, she was wearing a romper. That was a very odd sight. Dave Cullen actually got a picture with her wearing the romper, but you can't see down from here. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the network signed a $4 million convertible note and raised another $4.25 million from non-institutional investors the following year, reports the Journal. Last year, TYT announced a $2 million crowdfunding campaign to hire 4 investigative teams, which it successfully surpassed. And that's why it got the $20 million, in my opinion. It got the $20 million, in my opinion, because it raised the $2 million. It's very similar to the mindset. Look at Jeffrey Katzenberg, right? DreamWorks guy. Okay, so he's working in terms of he wants, like let's say a movie company. Look at Veronica Mars and Super Troopers. Both movies went to Kickstarter to raise $2 million in order to show the parent company, in Veronica Mars's case, Warner Brothers, in Super Troopers' case, Fox, that their content is valued enough by the people in order for them to further invest the money into. When TYT raised $2 million, they hired Mr. Talcum X himself, Sean King. Again, another activist masquerading as a journalist. That's one of the biggest problems with this network, in my opinion, is the mere fact that these guys they're masquerading as these things. They're not journalists. They're people like me with just way less credibility and a lot more freaking money. Saying here that the past few years have been wildly successful for TYT, but we started to realize that we're just at the tip of the iceberg. Uyghur, who also serves as the company's CEO, said in a statement, "We perfected news and commentary that appeals to the highly desirable, young, cord-cutting audience to the tune of 200 million monthly views. In addition to its flagship, the Young Turks political brand, TYT operates various news, sports, lifestyles, entertainment channels that, all told, have surpassed 7 billion lifetime views." Yeah, that's totally just jerking themselves off. Let's take a quick look here at their social blade. Oh, look. Okay, so yeah, they got a grade of A. They're the 765th most subscribed channel. And just okay, look at here. Just look at the last 2 weeks of their views. Okay, their video views are 2 million a day, which is good. They've got 3.3, almost 3.4 million subscribers. So that's actually really good. So you can't deny that view-wise are doing well. But look at the growth. Look at the growth here. All right, for a company that's doing better than ever, their views are pretty much like maintaining. Okay, some days are good, some days it drops almost by 500,000 and everything else. But their subscriber count, it's not that mine's any better, but I mean, like, this is a small subscriber count here. This is not very good. And if you come down here and you look at their monthly views, so in March of 2016 they had 106 million views. All right, and then they had 54 million views July of 2017, and you can start to see even like they've been dropping. Look at their sub count here. Their sub counts they're going down. Yeah, they're pulling in 39, 40, but this is just dropping. Something happened in March of last year that spiked them, but for the most part, they've just been dropping down. So the Young Turks needs this money probably in order to keep their company afloat. Not to say they're not earning good money. It says up here their estimation is about $2.6 million a year in earnings from YouTube. But I mean, realistically, even if this was running with none of the other sponsorship deals they clearly have, you're looking at somewhere in between. So $1 to $1.3 million a year, and that's paying for 70 staffers and 30 freelance journalists, as well as paying for office rentals and everything else that they have to do inside of their organization. So $1 million to $1.3 million a year is not going to cover those costs. And yes, they might raise a few million extra a year, but that's still going to be covering all the expenses of running this network. So this $20 million sounds like a company that's doing very well, getting a nice boost, nice cash influx. But in reality, they're dwindling. In reality, they're dropping, and it's proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the analytics. And as a result of that, who knows until for how much longer they'll actually be around. And I'm hoping that on the time that the Young Turks eventually do either splinter or close, that YouTube realizes that online content creators such as myself and others actually do provide a valuable service to this network, which is we give you the same kind of news but with way more ethics and a way more even-keeled spin. All right, just stop recording there. What do you guys think of that one? What's going on, Silent Joker 666? Man, seriously, fucking this search TYT and to see what the search. Oh man, nice plug at the end. Well, I mean, I am running a business. I may be dying. But it is what it is. Yeah, Chank is turning the buffaloes. The freaking buffalo's gay. But no, I mean it's serious. It's like it's just ridiculous, man. Chank is a disingenuous son of a bitch, and a lot of them are. And so it's just the whole notion that like it's funny looking at them trying to raise this money, but for a fact that it's not anywhere near what they want. Made you moist. That's good. That's good, man. My cold opens are the opposite of Team 10, lift and fit. I don't know what that is. I know Team 10 is Jake Paul, right? Or Logan Paul, one of the two. Chank yogurt. Hassan Piker. Oh man, yeah, I watched some of Hassan's like his little breakdown videos on TYT. He's sitting there with like his bling on and shit. I'm all like, dude, you look like a boy who's wearing his father's business suit. Like your head is so small for your body. And this coming from a dude with a small head and a big frame. I get that. But he just sits there like he gets so much shit wrong. I know that He Will Not Divide Us season 6 is on, I heard. But it's not exciting because you can't track it down. Yeah, Current. I remember that channel. And then it sold to Al Jazeera, didn't it? So just put TYT is. Oh, I put TYT is in YouTube. Is that what you're saying? All right, I can do that. I can do TYT in the YouTubes. Let me take a look here. Oh wait, I'll go to their other browser. Hassan is a bitch, pretty much. All right, TYT is failing with Sean King. The Young Turks are falling apart. Oh yeah, that's the TYT is independent, not owned by Current or Al Jazeera. Oh, they have to make sure that they're known. That's pretty funny. Oh wow, people really don't like the Young Turks. That's pretty fucking funny. TYT is Brain Cancer is an actual channel. Nice, nice. I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good, motherfuckers. So, have I ever done any podcasts? Like, have I ever? I mean, am I like running a podcast or like being a guest on a podcast? Crying EQ. So, teach you how to draw a waffle. Okay, I want you to take a tic-tac-toe board and then draw a circle around it, and that's a waffle. Is TYT the InfoWars of the left? Nah, Garrick, they're not as bad as InfoWars. That is definitely true. So there's that. The TYT is the best shills ever. I could never compete. Pretty damn much. Matt Millennial Translation, your cold opens are good. Oh, thank you. Well, I need to I gotta think of a way to do it. They say, I've been watching lots of videos about like how to spruce up the channel, get more views, audience retention and shit. And so they say cold opens work, man. So apparently Chaos Sonic, there's a flag against the wall in a live stream in a room somewhere is exactly what I said would happen. I just wish he would have done it similar to like an ISIS terrorist, hostage video. So there's that. Yeah, no, crying EQ. I was on the Dad Bros podcast today. They interviewed me. I was on Midnight's Edge After Dark last week talking about the Wonder Woman thing. As for running my own podcast, oh shit, I'll just fucking show you guys. All right. So let me just bring this over here. Okay, so this is KZOM Radio. And KZOM Radio is a project of mine from a long time ago where I wanted to do a bunch of different podcasts. I was trying to make a one-man show. And so I wouldn't recommend any of like the Infrequent Affairs or any of this shit because really it was just me. The Infrequent Affairs essentially is just me reading off a Wikipedia page. Like I was like really just trying to figure it out then. But the Survivalist podcast is interesting. This one I'd recommend. This one right here is I've done more than 35 episodes. I'm pretty sure I've done 40. Yeah, I thought like 50 episodes or some shit. I've done a lot. Anyway, the survivalist here is the Zombie Survival Podcast. It's something I created actually 9 years ago last month, and I should bring this back. I have a much larger audience now. I could easily do this. And so basically, let me just turn this up a little bit, the desktop audio down a bit. Let me get into it. Let me ask you, how would you survive a zombie outbreak?
I take it. I guess I would grab my survivalist kit. I have a hunting rifle with a few boxes of ammunition, usually used for caribou and deer hunting, and my camping gear, and I'd head even further north.
So yeah, basically that's what I do. I interview people how they'd survive a zombie apocalypse. So there's that. I do have YouTube Red, yeah. I have YouTube Red, not on this account right now. I'm not logged into YouTube Red at the moment, so if there was an ad, you would see it. This Pirate Bob is on here. An interview with him is on here, but not over that shit. So there's that. But no, Pirate Bob is on this account. Where is he at? Pirate Bob. Okay, let me see where he would be at. Because he's on here. I think he's on the Forbidden Knowledge. Are these all the videos? No, there's more. Oh my god, I tried raising $5,000 to like get audio gear. That was pretty bad. Okay, hold on. All right, and I tried doing like a movie news podcast too. I tried like reviewing movies and shit. It was like I tried. I did a podcast, a gaming podcast. I really tried making this thing work. It did not really work the way I wanted it to. Let's see here. 4. Where the fuck is that? Control F. All right, forbidden. It's not on. It's not on here. It should be totally on here. What the fuck, man? All right, let's do a search. Bob. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's Forbidden Knowledge. This guy. This has been 9 years since that shit went down. Actually, it's been like 10 years. It was like 10 years ago. So yeah, I talked to Pirate Bob here. I recommend it. It's an interesting stuff. This dude is cray. He's so cray. So there's that. Those are kind of funny. Anyway, I got a thing here from Wrath of Metal 619. Are you from San Diego, dude? Is that the 619? Saying YouTube needs to stop giving TYT and other news channels a pass while actively or inactively pushing others off the platform. InfoWars is way better than TYT. The entertainment value is endless. The entertainment value on InfoWars for me is only when Jones is there. Other than that, you can just take it. But everyone else on InfoWars pales in comparison to Jones. With maybe Paul Joseph Watson. The thing is, those dudes know how to sell you on some shit, and they're good at it. I give them credit. I will totally give them credit there. Oh god. Yeah, Forbidden Knowledge as a channel is a lot of fun. It is very hard to compete. So there's that. The Forbidden Knowledge super channel is probably dead. Well, it might come back in a different way. And that requires, if I can find somebody out there who'd want to like co-host a podcast where instead of doing like a top 5 thing, we would just go through this whole thing and discuss it like week after week. Go through these different topics, talk about what they are, discuss it back and forth, which could actually be a lot of fun. I would be more happy to do that. It's just finding the right person to do it with. King Towning says, "Show us your tits." No. Can I do the heart tit though? The heart tit, that thing? Now? Can I can't. I can't do it. My breasts are not big enough to do that. Heart titty thing. Yeah, I got this shirt actually, and the thing is, I might wear my older shirts. I got this from E3 2004, man. I still wear it. It's still in my rotation. Been there for 13 years now. It's been in my rotation. So, I got to buy some Alex Jones perennial. No, is it Tactical assault perennial wipes. Yeah, that cracked me up, dude. It's tactical assault wipes for your taint. I don't have huge tits. I have a large chest frame, and with that comes some titties. Good night, Nap. Thanks for coming in, man. So nobody wants man boobs, pretty much. You were at E3 2004. It was a good year. It was a good year, man. E3 was a good year. That was a good year for that, totally. Okay. Perennium. Not perennial. Perennium. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, taint. Yo, taint. All right. Mats and titties. Mats and titties. That's. I did hear that Stefan Carl, who played Robbie Rotten on oh God, that one show, Lazy Town, has beat stage 4 cancer, which is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm super happy to hear that. I'm Rubenesque, but you're not wrong. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Okay. This one might be a little bit of a longer one, but we're going to try to go through it pretty quick. We'll try to go through it pretty quick, but I felt it was a good one to discuss. All right. So, start recording there. Okay. And then I want to check real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. Start recording here. Oh, damn it. Okay. All right. I had to drop the scaling down, recording from 1080p to 720. So that's unfortunate. That's just because it was overloading the thing. Well, we'll go through this here. All right. Okay. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the MundaneMatt channel. And man, you know what really sucks? College. I say that all the time. Colleges, universities, they've all gone to hell these days, especially when it comes down to dealing with microaggressions, which it just feels like nothing more than a term used for people who are so insecure in their own bodies that anything they don't quite understand is a microaggression. You didn't look that person in the eye. That's a microaggression. Right? That's what they do nowadays. But it says here that a professor has been advised to treat racial microaggressions in classrooms like assault. But the thing is, everything is a racial microaggression. The whole not looking at somebody in the eyes, that stemmed from, as a white man walking down, if I see a person of color walking towards me and I don't look them in the eyes for whatever reason, that's a racial microaggression. That is the world we live in now. Let's find this out here. So professors attending a recent academic conference were advised to treat racial microaggressions in the classroom like actual assaults, according to the attendees' tweets. The advice was doled out at a panel workshop at the Annual Association for Theater and Higher Education Conference held in Las Vegas earlier this month, which, let's be fair, when it comes to the theater, everything's over dramatic, which is one of the reasons why this somewhat makes sense in how it was proposed. It was over dramatic. If it's a racial microaggression, you must treat it as if it's assault. Right? The workshop at which the comments were made focused on ways to make theaters for students of color a safe space, according to the conference's program. You know, there's a great... When I was in high school, when I was in theater, there was a sign over the door to the stage saying, leave it at the door, which is your ego, anything else going on, your home life, anything else. When you're there on the stage, when you're there to work, you are there to portray another character. You are transporting yourself to a mystical land of make-believe to tell a story in front of an audience. You leave all that crap home or at the door. But no, nowadays it's all about creating a safe space. Even the theater is considered a safe space. And people want it even safer by treating microaggressions like assault. I mean, come on, right? Okay. I know I'm going to have to do a jump cut now. That totally fucks it up. I hate jump cuts. It's back. It's Google's going to... Yeah, totally. I don't know. I'm having just technical problems tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on. All right. Where the fuck was I? All right. We'll have to figure it out. It's fine. It's fine. Snaps for traps, guys. Snaps for traps. Remember, safe space. Treating racism in our classrooms as we would an assault removes the burden from the victim and begins to create a safe space. One scholar in attendance, Professor Shauna Mefford-Kelty of SUNY Plattsburgh, tweeted out. Another attendee, Penn State professor Jean Marie Higgins, also tweeted, faculty treat racist microaggressions in classroom as you would assault. Overtalking puts burden on students of color. Okay, both these things here. We'll just take a look at both these things here. So, faculty treat racist microaggressions in classrooms as you would assault. Overtalking puts the burden on students of color. But what is the context there? Is that you're trying to give directions for how you want the stage presence to take place? You are directing your student who happens to be a student of color, and if they might disagree with you, and if you tell them this is what you want being the director, is that over talking them? Is that making you the bad guy? Is that a racial microaggression? Is that assault? Or treating racism in our classrooms as they would an assault removes the burden from the victim and begins to create a safe space. Okay, if someone walked up to someone who was of another skin tone and called them a racial epithet, then yes, I would understand removing that person from the classroom. But if it's just like over talking somebody or not looking them in the eyes as they pass by you, this is when you go down a really dangerous slippery slope here. And of course, no one seems to care because they are like legitimately actively trying to push this nonsense in classes. So the comments are attributed to Iva Christie Papalier, or Papalier, whatever, listed in the program as a Georgia college educator. Papalier, Papalier, whatever, could not be located for comment. An email sent to her Georgia college address was rejected as undeliverable. So that's kind of an interesting one. But Dr. Mefford-Kelty, in an email to the college, Felix put the comments in context, saying, the tweet was in reference to a session on creating safe spaces for theater students of color. Specifically, it was a quote from one of the speakers, and to clarify, if we as faculty treated victims of racism and microaggressions the way we would if somebody were physically assaulted, we would then remove the burden from the victim. We don't ask someone who was punched in the gut whether or not it really happened. We don't ask victims of physical violence to have to justify their trauma. It wasn't a comment about retaliatory violence. It was about believing and supporting our students of color. Am I the only one that feels like the next phase they would push from this would be like Title IX? They would be arguing Title IX, like, well, this person, made a comment and it was a racial microaggression, and therefore they violated Title IX. This is as bad as them sexually assaulting the student. No, if someone was punched in the gut, you would ask them if it happened, or you'd ask them who did it. Then you'd ask that person, did you do it? This is the whole problem here. It's automatically assigning guilt to the accused. And okay, well, I'm back, so that is so fucking weird. That is so goddamn weird. Yeah, I know, right? Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yeah, I have to do it live. That's so crazy. Hold on, it's continuing. It will pick back up and shit. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to put these together. I don't even know. What in the shit, man? What in the shit? All right, we'll just finish this up real quick because I'm still recording. Jesus Christ. So hold on, we'll finish this and then we'll get back into it here. I don't even remember where I left off because it dropped out. I think I know. It's fine. It was a hand grenade thing, I think. So the Association for Theater and Higher Education describes itself as a comprehensive nonprofit professional membership organization. Participants at the annual conference utilized the hashtag to share what they learned, and they clearly shared it with the rest of us, and now we know what kind of really dumb stuff they're trying to put through. It's like, look, I don't advocate racism. I don't advocate sexism. I don't advocate for any of these sort of things, but not everything is racist and not everything is sexist. And giving the tools to students who might have the ability to take a simple joke or a simple non-looking at someone in the eye and therefore accuse them of something that they didn't do without giving them the opportunity to fight back and to defend themselves feels like it's putting Title IX on this dead man switch. I mean, it's like the next evolutionary phase. One speaker talked about her feminist anti-racist approach to teaching musical theater history. Another tweet stemming from the conference stated that game shows are white propaganda, reflect what whites believe, so they don't have to face the world they created. Wow. Okay. The game show tweet was from Professor Gibson Sema of the American University. He told the College Fix that he was simply tweeting out arguments others made at the conference and that the sentiments are not necessarily reflective of his personal opinion. Well, then why would you tweet it out? Why would you tweet it out then? If it's not your personal opinion and you're not sitting there and you're there, I mean, it kind of feels like that's what you're saying. Oh no, I was just tweeting it out. No. Either you're looking to get the logical, rational people that are going to be criticizing this shit on your side, or you're just trying to play it. I don't quite know, but that's ridiculous. Saying here, Wheel of Fortune under fire for appearing to depict slave something. And that's part of it. That's part of the propaganda that they used. That's just insane. It says, I am the focus group representative for the theory and criticism focus group of the Association for Theater and Higher Education. My role as FGR, I maintain our web presence throughout the annual conference by tweeting the arguments of papers that are presented during our panels and roundtables. Okay, fine. I guess that's a valid thing. He goes on to say, if you check my feed, you will find many such tweets tracing the conversations being had by our members. The tweets that you mentioned do not reflect my personal opinions. Rather, they repeat the arguments advanced at an academic conference for the benefit of members attending and those in the wider field who were unable to attend. I don't know if anything that they've said from this whole thing benefits anybody. I mean, like, literally, at the end of the day, does this actually benefit anybody? And the answer is no, it doesn't. It takes away any and all responsibility to have a dialogue or to call someone out in that moment in time for shitty behavior if you deem it to be shitty behavior. If you could sit there and blame everyone you don't like for something you thought happened on racism and then have them removed, what is that going to do? Especially when you remove all the problems, but you still have that dead man switch, and then all of a sudden, oppression Olympics begin, you turn on each other, and then all of a sudden... All right, let me just stop that. Okay. That was weird. That was some crazy shit. I don't know what happened there. I do apologize for that. Start recording there. Hold on, I'm checking this real quick. All right, looks like everything here recorded okay. All right, the recording is good. That's fine. Everything else with this shit, I don't know why. Yeah, not my... Well, he had to tweet it out. That's part of his job. But yeah, I know, right? Not my opinion. So I'll tweet it out. My audio kept popping and cutting out. All right. Well, you know what? I think damn it. I want to do the next article. But I think what I'll do is I'll do it on my own. I'll probably just wrap the stream up and shit because it's already 11:30 and everything. And you guys have been fucking cool to hang out and shit. I don't know what the hell the damn problem with it is. That's just insane. It's Adblock's revenge. Adblock's revenge. Oh, yeah, something like that. So holy crap. Yeah. The stream, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I just technical problems and shit. That makes no sense. But then I looked at it too, and apparently I booted up OBS 32-bit, and I thought I I thought I had 64 bits, so that could be the problem. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna finish doing the last video, just myself real quick, and then they'll be up tomorrow. Also stream tomorrow night, same time, 10 p.m. And we'll be back then, hopefully with some better equipment. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks again for coming in, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.